Hey everyone. One person out there. Hi, I'm attorney Jamila Little. And hey guys, thanks for joining in. Today I want to go over with you guys the new Biden immigration bill. So if you had a chance to look at the video I did yesterday on day number 1, you saw that there was a new immigration bill that was sent to Congress. All right, so we're going to be talking about that today. Let's hang out for a little bit. Let some more people come in. This is really great news that I want to share. So let's hang out for a little bit and talk about this. There's so much going on. I am so excited about everything that's going on with immigration and a lot of big news, you know, a lot of changes, a lot of long-awaited changes. So we're gonna take a look at this bill. There are about 11 different pointers we're gonna talk about for today, and just some really good news. You know, some really good news for people who have been waiting, for immigrants. All right, so for people out there, how you guys doing today? Feel free to drop a comment in. Thank you for the thumbs up. See you guys out there. All right, so we're just gonna wait a couple more minutes just for some more people to come in. But today we're gonna be talking about the new immigration bill that President Biden sent to Congress. And you know, one of the things that I'm really impressed about even already with this administration is the fact that the things that they said so far that they would do, they've been doing. Day 1 was a very busy day. You know, we saw, I think, about 17 different executive orders that were signed. And if you take a look at some of the immigration ones, the travel bans were reversed. I know specifically the ones for the Muslim nations were reversed. I did a video on that yesterday, so you guys could take a look at that video. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this bill up. Got my pearls on today. Let me go ahead and pull this video up, this screen share up, so you guys can actually go through this with me. A lot of stuff, and I think what I'll do is, because there are maybe about 11 different sections, is I will go through the entire fact sheet for today, but I'll take each one step by step. It may take several weeks, maybe even a month or so to go through them, because there's a lot that's packed in here, but we'll get through it. All right, so let me go ahead and do this share screen so you guys can see what I see. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start at the top. So the first thing that we see up here, obviously, is President Biden sends an immigration bill to Congress. All right. U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 establishes a new system to responsibly manage and secure our borders, keep our families and communities safe, and better manage migration across the hemisphere. And this plan is actually an earned pathway to citizenship. All right, so let's start with the first part that actually says to create an earned pathway to citizenship. So this is actually really huge for people who have been here. It says the bill allows undocumented individuals to apply for temporary legal status for green cards. in 5 years. Okay, so temporary legal status, and then you can apply for a green card in 5 years. There obviously are requirements. You have to be able to pass background checks, is what they're saying. There will be background checks that you have to be able to pass, as well as you have to be someone who is paying your taxes. All right. So for individuals who have been here for a very long time and they've been undocumented, this is actually something that's really, really good for you to be able to get a green card. Also huge for Dreamers, for DACA recipients, and for TPS holders. So it says Dreamers, TPS holders, and immigrant farm workers who meet specific requirements will be eligible for a green card immediately. So that is huge, immediately. So these people, Dreamers, TPS holders, immigrant farm workers, you guys are not even going to be placed in that 5-year category, but immediately you will be eligible for green cards. And then after 3 years, all green card holders who pass an additional background check, so you do another background check, you have to be able to speak English and pass the civics test. You can then apply for citizenship. So this is a huge change from what we see right now, what we're dealing with right now in terms of the immigration system. A pathway towards citizenship for those TPS holders, green cards, and for undocumented individuals as well, green cards, okay? It says applicants must be present in the United States on or before January 1st, 2021. So you would have had to already be here in the US. Or, listen to this, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, may waive the presence requirement for those who were deported on or after January 20th. So if 2017, right, and who were physically present for at least 3 years prior to removal. And this is obviously to keep families together, to promote family unity. So there is a provision for a waiver in there as well. One of the things that they mention here is changing the word alien, which we see throughout the citizenship, the INS, the Immigration Act, changing the word alien to non-citizen. And that's something that I really like. You know, as an immigrant myself, the word alien, I think for a lot of immigrants, it just seems just really awkward to be called an alien, right? We're all human beings, so non-citizen, I think that that's a really, really nice touch for us to see going into the actual immigration laws, all right? So that's the first thing. Keeping families together. So the bill is actually going to reform the family-based immigration system to clear backlogs, recapturing unused visas, eliminating lengthy waits, and increasing per-country visa caps. So we know, some people wait really, really long for visas depending on the type of the country that they come from. So this bill is actually going to seek to eliminate those lengthy waits. And look at this. It also eliminates the 3 and 10-year bar. That is huge. And other provisions that keep families apart. So when I go into each individual part, we'll talk about the 3 and 10-year bar, but this is really big in terms of really eliminating that bar. Also, it is going to eliminate discrimination facing LGBTQ families. It is also going to provide protection for orphans, widows, children, and Filipino veterans who fought alongside the United States in World War II. This is also big too. It's going to allow immigrants who have an approved family petition to come to the US and actually wait for their green cards to become available. So as you know, right now, if you have a family petition, you're outside the United States, you don't have a legal way of coming to the United States, you have to actually wait in your home country for your approval and then also for your visa to become available. So this is really big. It's going to allow people to come to the US while they wait for their green cards to be approved. So that's really big. Let's move on to growing the economy. And that in this category, they're focusing on employment-based backlogs, clearing employment-based backlogs, recapturing unused visas. They're making STEM degrees a lot more flexible and giving STEM degree holders the ability to stay in the United States and have improved access to green cards for low wage workers, people who work in the low wage sector. It says the bill provides dependents of H-1B holders with work authorization and prevents their children from aging out of the system. And we'll talk some more about what that means when I get into each one. Gives DHS the authority to adjust green cards based on the macroeconomic conditions that may be going on in the US at that time. Protect workers from exploitation. The bill requires that DHS and the Department of Labor establish a commission to make recommendations for improving the employment verification process, protects migrant workers and seasonal workers, and increases penalties for employers who violate labor laws. So this is all good and very much immigrant friendly. All right, next thing, I'm trying to hit the major points for you guys. So the next thing I want to talk about is the court system. So we're going to scroll a little bit. Okay, here it is. Improve the immigration courts and protect vulnerable individuals. The bill is going to expand family case management programs, reduce the immigration court backlogs. And I hear all my immigration attorney friends saying yay for this. So reduce immigration court backlogs, expand training for judges and probably get some more judges on the bench, improve technology in immigration courts. We love this, improve technology in immigration courts. Restore fairness and balance to our immigration system by providing judges and adjudicators with discretion. Prosecutorial discretion, it was pretty much dead for the past 4 years. And so to see this word discretion here means a lot. So providing judges and adjudicators with discretion to review cases and grant relief to deserving individuals. That is huge. The bill is also going to provide funding for school districts to educate unaccompanied minors and provide funding for legal programs for counsel for children. And there are a lot of children who appear in immigration court. They don't have counsel, they don't have an attorney to represent them, and they're, basically just a child. So for children and vulnerable individuals. Okay, so that is good. For asylum seekers and vulnerable population, the bill is going to eliminate the 1-year deadline for filing for asylum. So if you know anything about the asylum program right now, you do have a 1-year time limit. It's going to eliminate that 1-year time limit to actually file for asylum. And then it also said it's going to provide funding to reduce the asylum backlog, increase the amount of visas for U and T applicants, including raising the cap on U visas from 10,000 to 30,000 visas. The bill is also going to expand protection for foreign nationals assisting troops. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is border security. The bill also makes provisions for increased, sorry, I'm scrolling, hold on, for increased border security and technology. It looks like there's going to be a lot of funding that's going to be put towards getting a lot of technology around the borders. So it says funding for the Secretary of DHS to develop and implement a plan to deploy technology to expedite screening and enhance the ability to identify narcotics. So they're going to be able to use technology to see drugs and contraband at our ports of entry, at our borders. So by land, by sea, by air, they're going to have more technology, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of funds that they're going to be pushing into technology to be able to screen for drugs and narcotics at our borders. It says funding for plans to improve infrastructure at our ports, to enhance the ability of asylum seekers to have, I guess, a fair experience at our borders. Also, again, prevent narcotics from entering the United States. More technology to expand the ability to detect illicit activity at the borders. So that's pretty big. Looks like there's going to be a lot of funding that's going to be put towards the borders, and as well as a lot of technology. It also goes on to talk about a crackdown on criminal organizations. It says the bill enhances the ability to prosecute individuals involved in smuggling and trafficking networks who are responsible for exploiting migrants. So that is actually good. More border security as well as internal security we're seeing proposed here in this bill. Some other interesting things that I saw here is they plan to, let me find it, I'm scrolling. They plan to increase the amount of diversity visa lottery recipients from 55,000 to 80,000, and that is really, really big. I'm also an advocate of the diversity visa program. That's actually how I got my green card, so it does work. I know that. They also say the bill is going to include a no ban act that prohibits discrimination on the basis of religion and limits presidential authority to issue future bans. So this goes specifically to what was done last year by President Trump with issuing the travel bans that we saw that affected a lot of Muslim countries. So the act seeks to eliminate or prohibit any future bans based on discrimination based on religion. So we're going to see how that works, but it's also included in the proposed bill. All right, couple more things before we wrap up. Promote immigrant and refugee integration and citizenship. Let's just get to there. Hold on one sec. Right here, the bill provides new funding to state and local government and private organizations, to education institutions and to community-based organizations to expand programs to promote integration and inclusion and to increase English language instruction. So it looks like they're going to have a combined effort between local government organizations, nonprofit organizations to provide English-based instructions for people who are seeking to become citizens. And as we know, if you are becoming a citizen, you have to take that English language test. So that's pretty big. Finally, it looks like they are planning to, in this bill, address the underlying cause of migration to the United States from, specifically, it looks like from South American countries. They have specifically said that they will include increased assistance to El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. Let me just get there. Right here. So the bill codifies and funds the president's $4 billion 4-year interagency plan to address the underlying causes of migration in the region, including by increasing assistance to El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. And this is specifically to reduce violence, poverty, and corruption, they're saying, from those countries that cause people to want to flee to the United States, specifically from those countries. It also goes on to say that they will actually create a Central American family reunification parole program to more quickly unite families with approved family sponsor petitions. So we see a lot of talk of family reunification. We see there were some big proposals for Dreamers in terms of becoming green card holders, as well as TPS holders becoming green card holders relatively quickly. Again, this was sent to Congress yesterday on day one of President Biden's administration, his days in office. And we're going to see what happens. You know, this has to be approved. Obviously, this has to be enacted. And so we really hope that Congress will do the right thing. You know, this bill is very detailed. We just have a fact sheet for now, but I imagine the bill itself is several hundred pages. And so once we are able to go through that, we'll see what it looks like in detail. But just from the fact sheet, you know, it contains a lot of information, a lot of things that people want to see happen. I know that a lot of my clients would want to see these things happen, but we'll see how realistic it actually becomes, right? For it to actually be included in our laws and enacted, right? So I will go ahead and start putting pieces of these things together for you guys over the next several weeks. Hopefully we get our hands on the actual bill soon, and I'll come back to you guys. But that is pretty much it for now. Those are the high level points. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to share this with someone who you know it would help, someone who might have been waiting for this good news. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. I'll be posting some more videos that will be helpful to you guys. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.